Luqman, he was teaching his son the most important thing. And this is the most important thing, brothers and sisters, please, and sisters in particular. You generally spend more time than fathers because maybe traditionally the fathers are out working, etc., etc. So make your time with your children beneficial and productive. Speak to them, give them love and compassion, give them your time and engage with them. Talk to them. Don't just shout things at them, and explain the whys. So this is the first of the advices of Luqman. He said to his son, don't commit shirk with Allah. Why? Because inna shirka la dhulmun azim. Because shirk is the greatest of oppression and wrongdoing. Then Luqman, he further bolsters that child. He further bolsters his son with a beautiful further statement. He says again, Ya bunayya, O my beloved son, إنها إن تك مثقال حبة من خردل فتكن في صخرة أو في السماوات أو في الأرض يأتي بها الله إن الله لطيف خبير. Luqman says, O my dear beloved son, even if there was a deed which is so small that it's the size of a mustard seed or the grain of sand, and then that deed, it was hidden in a rock, and then that rock was, or that was hidden somewhere in the heavens or the earth, Allah is going to bring it. Allah is going to bring it forward. In other words, whatever we do, we can't escape Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We can't do something that Allah doesn't know about. Whatever we do is written down and is recorded. Whatever we do, we're going to see it on Yawm al-Qiyamah. So Luqman, he begins with love. And at the same time, the critical thing, brothers and sisters, and I can't emphasize this enough, don't make your child fear you. Make your child fear and be conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I can't emphasize this enough, because we can't wrap our children in cotton wool forever and protect them from the world forever. We can't go and live on an island all alone and just keep them away from it. At some stage, they're going to have to go out into the big bad world. They're going to be exposed to things, and me and you, as their parents, are not going to be there. So if we taught them to fear us as parents, what do you think's going to happen the first time that we're not there? Everything is going to go, and they're just going to be free, and they're going to do whatever they want, and they're just going to follow their desires. Whereas if we nurture them like Luqman was nurturing his son, upon the understanding that Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala, he sees me at all times, and there's nowhere that I can go, or there's nothing that I can do that Allah won't know about. And then on the day of judgment, yati biha Allah, Allah is going to bring that thing forward. And so you're giving the child the tools, right? This is what it's about. As parents, it's not about mollycoddling our children and raising daisies. No, it's about giving them the tools to deal with the world outside, giving them the tools in terms of the aqidah, in terms of the creed, to deal with the doubts. Deal with the doubts that might come to them from the non-Muslims and even the atheists and even the Muslims and the hypocrites who may be trying to deviate them from the straight path. Giving them the tools to deal with that. That's the correct aqidah. And then giving them the tools to deal with the shahawat as well. Giving them the tools to deal with the desires as well. Okay, and that is so critical, wallahi, that the desires, when a child, like I said, when you are no longer with that child and they're mollycoddling that child, then the child is going to rebel, follow the desires. But when you teach that child, listen, Allah's watching you. Allah sees you. Be aware of Allah. Wherever you may be, have taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is a good parent who is raising their child with good tools and the ability to deal with the doubts. And then he says, Inna Allah latifun khabir. He says, Allah is subtle and Allah is all aware. Teaching your child, your Lord, He has names and He has attributes. Again, teaching him about Allah, How can you love Allah when you don't know about Allah? How can you love something when you have no knowledge of that thing? And so again, wattaqullah wa yu'allimukumullah, as we said at the beginning, have taqwa of Allah and keep your duty to Him, Allah will teach you. The more me and you learn, the more we can pass it on to our children. But the one who has nothing, he can give nothing. And that's why it's so good. And I congratulate you and you know, inshallah, may Allah bless you with further goodness that you're coming to these kind of things and you're taking your time out in order to increase your knowledge.